Welcome to Dream Chasers Radio with me, your host, Yaya Diamond. Okay, so this next shout out is all about, so have you heard of the PPP funding and also the EIDL? Well, a lot of people thought that they couldn't get a lot of different things. Well, the rules have changed, baby. And not only do I have a shout out for you, but I also have the owner of the company actually coming on and talking about a few things that I think he could better explain than me. But let's go ahead and let's look at the website, why don't we? Let's look at this. So the ERTC. Most people don't know about this, as he will explain in a minute. And I thought that this was very, very, very informative because it is funded by the CARES Act. It's up to $26K per employee, available regardless of whether you receive the PPP loan or not. And the accounting team will pre-qualify your business for a rebate. Don't wait to apply today. So let's go ahead and watch this video. Okay, so literally this is for the ERTC, and we're going to have him explain a little bit about that right now.
Website. So what it is that many business owners just are not aware of an aspect of the COVID relief. With all the government programs that have happened since COVID started, there was a big program. I don't know if you're familiar with the PPP program. It was really big. Small businesses applied. Well, at the time when that all was happening, everything was fast and furious, like last spring of 2020. At that time, you could not apply for that program and this program, the ERTC. So a lot of business owners who were aware of it said, oh, okay, I can't do that, PPP, that's it. So many that know of it, they just said, okay, ERTC, I don't qualify, or I can't do it because of the regulations. Now, since then, they've changed the qualifications rules several times, that being a big one. If you got PPP money, you can now apply for that. Also other, like the particular, and again, I'm not a tax guy and I'm not trying to be super minutia with all that stuff. Mm-hmm. So some of the qualifications are much more relaxed and much more open. I think initially it was just for 2020. Then after President Biden came into office, like in March of 2021, it was expanded. Mm-hmm. And now they included 2021 and made it a lot easier in 2021. So, okay. And I think as I wrote, there's two main qualifications without, again, I don't want to, when I talk to business owners, I don't go into like, oh, here, you had to have 20% reduction of this and that. Basically, if their business was impacted financially, their sales were impacted because of COVID, and there are certain numbers, it was easier to qualify in 2021 than compared to 20. That's fine. If someone asked me, I could talk about that a little bit. I don't know every little fine point of the detail. Mm-hmm. That's the one main way to qualify. The other one is if you're there's any kind of federal, state, local, municipal stay-at-home order or some kind of mandate that affected your business, like restaurants, where you had to close for a period, or let's say you had to move more tables farther apart, so you had less seating. You had to close earlier. In every county, every state, it's all different. Like I'm in suburban Chicago, so right now, currently, the city of Chicago and Cook County, all of Cook County, where I am, is you're required to have you got to show vaccination, proof of vaccination. So technically, not every business owner and restaurant does this, of course, but technically, if someone doesn't have vaccination proof that they're fully vaccinated, they shouldn't be permitted to be in. Now, in the next county over for me, a mile away, it's totally different. So that's sort of how it is all over the place. Yeah. And so that's a biggie, because that whole mandate, the whole restrictions and all that, almost every restaurant, every business in hospitality, hotels, restaurants, bars, they absolutely qualify under that aspect. So interestingly, you could have been really creative and done outdoor dining and gotten those, outdoor globes in the cold weather or whatever you want to do. And you had a fantastic year, let's say, in 2020 and 21. And if you didn't qualify under all the lack of business and all that stuff, and everything is compared to, when they talk about the numbers, it's compared to pre-pandemic 2019. So they take, second quarter of 2020 compared to second quarter of 2019. So it's a whole bunch of, a lot of in-depth accounting stuff. But what I was starting to say, you could, for example, have done very well and not have economic impact, but you had some kind of full or partial shutdown mandate, and voila, you're qualified based on that.
So as he explained it, it is something that we can all, if you do have a regular business, so it cannot be an LLC. You cannot be, an LLC and not have a regular corporation with this, but you can if you have a regular corporation. And I would say get in contact with them. So let's go ahead and look it over for a second. Let's look at the website. I really want to get into this and look at this website for a second, because it does show you some success stories. It does tell you to apply at every step. How does the process work? It goes through everything here, and get ready. Now, this is not for your taxes. This is not a tax company. What they're doing is they're helping you get more funding from the government, like the PPP, and also now like the ERTC today. So I would contact them if you have any questions. Please don't hesitate. If you do have a business, this is exactly what you're probably looking for when it comes into the terms of trying to find more revenue, getting more money for your workers, and actually staying in business. We've lost so many amazing businesses since this whole pandemic started, and this will probably be the one life-saving thing that you could probably get that will help you, but we just don't know until you contact them. And we're going to go ahead and go out with the owner of a company again, because he has a couple of other things he wants to say.
But the whole process for the business owner is, there's no fee, there's no charge. It's like taking a free look. If there's something there, no obligation. That someone could theoretically, we take a look and they're like, yes, you have some funds coming back to your business. Do you want us to go forward and apply? They could say, no, thanks for taking a look, and whatever, I'm going to look elsewhere if they trust. Right. So there's no obligation. If you applied for the PPP, got PPP funds, you can still apply for this. That's a big rule change. That's important. If you had any kind of impact from COVID to your business, economic, some type of full or partial shutdown, then apply. Those two things, and a lot of companies will qualify based on that alone.
And that's it, my friends. That's pretty much all you need to do. And please don't hesitate to contact them. They're going to be at businessrelieffunds.com. That's businessrelief relieffunds.com. And I'm going to go ahead and say that they're available. If you qualify or don't qualify, you'll never know unless you contact them. And don't forget, guys, that this is something that would probably be a tax write-off for most companies, and you probably won't even need to pay this back. But don't quote me. This is where you have to go and talk to him. So please go ahead and go to businessrelieffunds.com. Again, that is businessrelieffunds.com. And I hope that you get your money, guys. I hope that this works out for you. And don't forget to dare to be different. Until next time, guys, I'll leave this in the description box below so you guys can grab that. Thank you so much, and bye. I dare to be different.